Good morning, Ms. Burgess here. Today we're going to be talking about perimeter. You learned about perimeter and area in 3rd grade, so we're going to do just a little quick refresher to help you remember what that is, but also wanted to show you a trick. A lot of kids have a hard time remembering what perimeter means, but the actual definition is actually in the word itself, so I wanted to show you that. P-E-R-I means around. And meter, you can think of a meter stick or something, but it is to measure. So it's the around measure. Measure around. So it's the measurement that is around the shape of this rectangle. That would be the perimeter. If you still forget what P-E-R-I means, you can think of a periscope on a submarine. When a submarine's underwater and it's wanting to come to the surface, it will send this little periscope up above where it can reach above water and it can look around. Peri means around and scope means to see. So it's going to go look around above the water to see if it's safe for the submarine to come up. So the same thing, peri means around, meter is measure, perimeter. Obviously the easiest way to do perimeter is on grid paper. So we're going to do one here just so that our brains can see what's going on with these lines. So the easiest way, if you ever get stuck, is just count the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the perimeter would be 20 of this shape. But just like in a word problem, we always tell you to label the answer. When you do measurement, you have to include that in your answer. In this case, we're using inches. So it is 20 inches is the perimeter. Now, we can also do it like this over here. Because we know the properties of a rectangle, we can label these other sides. That's going to be the biggest thing that you need to do, is learn to label things and to use your prior knowledge about what you know about rectangles and shapes. So I know that in a rectangle, this side is going to equal this side. So if this side is 6, this side is 6 inches. If this side is 4, then the one across from it is the same, so it's 4. And now I just add up in any order that you want, it doesn't matter. I can see this is 12, 6 plus 6 is 12, 4 plus 4 is 8, so that's 20. So, just like the one before, the perimeter is 20 inches. So make sure you label it. One other way that you can use grid paper is grid paper can help you label the sides. So you could do it this way. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. And we know these are inches. Okay, I could count the other sides, but I already know the properties of a rectangle, so I'm just going to go ahead and write them in. This is 6 on this side, 4 on this side. 6 and 6 is 12, 12 plus 8 is 20. Perimeter equals 20 inches. So that's another way that you can use it. Now let's step it up a notch. We know what perimeter is, but in 4th grade, you have to know how to figure out what the missing sides are. So we're going to give you a shape, but we're not going to label everything for you. You have to figure it out yourself. So this is where you're going to apply what you know and to a new concept. It's really fun. You're going to enjoy it. Right now, I want you to just follow through some steps with me. Just watch. You can pause the video at any point and get a piece of paper and pencil out and see if you can come up with the answer before I tell you. That would be great. So, on grid paper, I have a question for you. If I draw this figure on grid paper, but I'm only going to give you one measurement, can you figure out what the perimeter is? Well, let's see. If this side is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. So then that means the opposite side has to be the same measurement. And now, because it's on grid paper, I can just count. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 feet on this side, 3 feet on this side. So now we just add. 5 plus 5 is 10. 3 plus 3 is 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. And in this case, we're talking about feet. So it's 16 feet is the perimeter. Now let's look at this shape. If I gave this to you and only gave you one measurement, can you tell me what the missing sides are to figure out the perimeter? The answer is no, because I know this side is 5, but I have no idea what these are. I could guess that it's 2.5 or 3, but we don't want to be guessing. We want to go for accuracy. So in this case, we cannot figure it out. But what if I told you what the perimeter was? Could that help us figure out these missing sides? If I told you that the perimeter is 16 feet, I tell you that ahead of time. That will help me figure out what these sides are. And here's why. If my total is 16, that's the total distance around this shape. Well, I've already labeled these. Remember to label everything. This is 10. So if I take what I already know out of the total, that leaves me 6 feet. Well, 6 feet has to be divided up between these two sides. Well, 6 divided by 2 sides is 3. So let's go plug in those numbers and see if it works. If we put 3 feet here, 3 feet here. When we add these up, it better equal 16 feet. 5 plus 5 is 10. Here's 6 right here. 10 plus 6 is 16. So yes, we were able to figure out the missing sides because we were given the total perimeter. Okay, let's try some together. This first one, the perimeter equals 18 centimeters. So, I'm going to add this right here. So, if I look at this, the first thing I know I can do for sure is label the other side of this. So if this side is 4, then I know this side has to be 4. So I already know that. So if I know my total is 18, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say 4 plus 4 is 8. So I'm going to take 8 away from my total because that's already been accounted for. And now I know that these two lines have to add up to 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I'm going to come put 5 centimeters here, and I'm going to put 5 centimeters here. So my missing side is 5 centimeters. That's going to be my answer. Missing side equals 5 centimeters. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. That is a correct answer. So that's how we figure out that one. Let's look at this one. Perimeter is 22. So let's look. 9 is on this side, so I know 9 is going to be over here. That's easy. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to take my total perimeter all the way around. I'm going to take 18 of it out, and that leaves me 4. So if 4 is the length that is left, it has to be divided by these two sides because they have to be the same. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that's going to be a 2, and that will be a 2 there. So let's check. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 inches. So our missing side is 2 inches. That one is correct. Let's take a look at this one. 20 feet. No problem. We know this side is 8, so this side has to be 8 feet. So our total is 20 feet. We're going to take 16 out of it because we've already accounted for that, and that leaves me 4 feet. Well, this 4 feet has to be divided up between these two sides. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So let's put a 2 here and a 2 here, and let's see if it works. 8 and 8 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. That is correct. Our missing side is 2 feet. So let's take a look at our last one, 40 meters. One side is 10, and I noticed that this is a square. Well, the properties of a square are that all sides are the same. So in that case, this side is 10, this side is 10, this side is 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, 40 meters is correct on this one. So our missing side is 10 meters. And we checked ourselves, we know we are correct. Let's do a few more examples together. This one tells us to find the perimeter. So we have to label all of our sides first. If this side is 10, this side is 10 inches. If this side is 5, we can know this side is 5. So you label first, and then you just add. 10 plus 10 is 20, 5 plus 5 is 10, so 20. 20 plus 10 more is 30. So our perimeter equals 30, and you have to do the inches on your answer. Okay, let's do the other side. Find the perimeter. We know one side is 12 inches. Well, if you notice, the shape is a square. So now it's easy to label all the sides. 12, you could say 12 times 4 is 48. Then we look up here, we're using inches. Or you could say 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, however you want to do it. On this one, it tells us the perimeter is 36 inches. Well, it looks like all sides are equal, and we know there's 4 sides in this quadrilateral. So it tells us to find the length of each side. 36 divided evenly between 4 sides is 9. So I'm going to say that each side is 9 inches. 9 times 4 is 36, so yes, the length of each side is 9 inches. This side, find the perimeter. Label, 16 inches on this side, so this side has to be 16 inches. 8 inches here, 8 inches here. 16 plus 16 is 32. 8 plus 8 is 16. I'm going to add all that together, and I get 48. The perimeter is 48 inches. And that is how you find missing sides.